What up, Dokkaners? Welcome back to Toon Rami for another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In today's video, you're going to be watching Universe 7 in action. This is probably one of the more difficult categories in the game for Global to do right now on the Legendary Goku event, simply because the global version of Universe 7 versus JP, the differences are tremendous. It's ridiculous. I don't think I've ever seen a category discrepancy so severe. On the Dokkan Wiki, I was looking at it just before I was recording this video for the run, because I did this run on my own. I didn't want to record audio. I didn't want to be doing a video while doing this. I just wanted to record the gameplay. You guys know that when I do these runs, if I want to be serious, I gotta not talk. The less I speak, the more I focus, the smarter I get. And this took me 4 runs to do. 3 runs before this, I tried. Two of the losses were just absolutely heartbreaking. I was literally like 1 or 2 shots away from winning, and then RNG happened. And then one of them I just got slaughtered because of bad rotations. But it took me 4 runs to do. Looking at the Dokkan Wiki, the discrepancies between Global and JP on Universe 7 are ridiculous. Global has 2 leads for Universe 7. JP has 5. JP has 5. We are missing 3 LRs. Global does not have any of the free-to-play TURs, or not the free-to-play TURs, but the free-to-play units like Roshi, the Ultra Instinct TUR. What else are we missing? Oh yeah, all the Joined Forces units like 17 and what, Gohan and Frieza. I don't remember how many there are. There's like Team 7, there's Gohan, Frieza, there's Piccolo, Gohan, there's 18 Krillin. Like there's just so many other units that are so freakishly good. We can't use them. We can't use them. So you're working with a very limited set of units, so you don't have much variety on team builds. You don't have many options in terms of substitutes. Like if you don't have this one unit, use something else. This is one of those examples where if you don't have the units that I'm showing you, or maybe like one of the 2 other ones, you're not beating it. You're just not. And that's okay, because look, they made this with JP in mind, all right? They know that JP has the units needed to do this, so they did this for JP. So if you're able to beat this, in spite of the fact that you don't have most of the units, that's a testament to your skill, your perseverance, and your luck. And there's definitely some RNG involved in this, because if you're just going to keep getting supered over and over and over on your tech Goku Frieza, well then, there's really not much you can do. So for my team, I used Representatives Universe 7 lead Goku Frieza. I ran dual Goku Friezas, because the alternative would have been the Blue Kaioken Goku, and this guy, while he's good, he's also a very risky unit, and I did not want to have 2 versions of him to have to run around and take care of and ensure that he doesn't die. This guy, the Blue Kaioken, is a Ki +3 170% lead for Universe 7, but his HP leader skill is 130%. And on this run, every single bit of health was important, and you're going to see why at the end. So having 177% across the board, which is still surprisingly the biggest and most powerful leader skill to this day, I just don't understand why they gave Goku Frieza that leader skill, and we've never been able to like match that. I don't know, but that extra 77%, or that extra 47% I should say, is very important, and you have that times 2. So I just wanted to maximize my numbers, and having 1 Blue Kaioken was scary enough. This dude doesn't really stack defense. He gains a little bit when he gets hit, up to 59% extra, but then like the main thing you care about with this guy is just all attack. So what he does is basically stacks a bunch of attack, and he gets really, really strong. Like he'll get to 1 million, 2 million, 2.5, depending on how long you've been working with him. He's going to get very, very, very strong. And when you link this guy with his best linking partner, which is the LR Ultra Instinct, you're going to get some really, really good offensive numbers. So the goal and the strategy for this team was to basically stack and survive as long as possible, so that the Spirit Bomb active skill for the Blue Kaioken can do the rest of the work. Because that's really your ticket out of this. When your HP falls below, what is it, 50%, 59%, and you have 3 Universe 7 allies, you could trigger the Spirit Bomb. The Spirit Bomb is simply a byproduct of all of the stacking that you'll do throughout the event. And when you do it, you will cause ultimate damage, and you will do a lot to him. I think on average, like the Legendary Goku event, you can get anywhere from like 8 million on a critical to like 19 or 20 million, depending on how much you've been stacking, depending on your links and whatnot. I think that's the range. So that's basically the strategy. So for those of you who are willing and brave enough to try this, that is basically the strategy that you're going for. In order to do this, you got to have a decent supporting cast. And as you're seeing on the screen right now, this Frieza is absolutely the MVP. That Frieza is the only reason why I was able to consistently get to the final round and make this a somewhat competitive endeavor. Without Frieza, I don't think this can be done. There's just too many variables. There's too many risky things happening where if you don't have at least one stable defensive anchor, you're just not going to get it. And you can only use 2 items. They made this extra difficult. You can only use 2 items here, not 4. So they definitely upped the ante as far as the challenge. But look at that. He just dodged the Super Saiyan 3 attack. Frieza is extremely good. He can raise defense permanently. He also has a medium chance to dodge. And then if you so choose and you want to transform the guy, which I highly recommend you don't, he then becomes a really good offensive unit where he massively raises attack, and then he can tank the damage received by 50%. I don't recommend you transform him. I know some people have done it because 50% damage reduction does work well when you combine that with certain items. But I personally felt that keeping him in his regular form was better because he would enhance the defense. Therefore, when he picked up a bunch of physical orbs with high defense numbers, he would heal you for quite a bit. And also, he has a medium chance to dodge. You losing that, it can come back to bite you sometimes. Especially on the STR phase when you're fighting the Giant Ape. Giant Ape form, he's the most difficult, I think. More so than anybody else. The Giant Form Ape is the most difficult level in this game because he does so much damage and it just kind of blindsides you. Like, you don't expect to take that much damage. So, with that said, if you guys don't have this Frieza and you're able to beat this, I'm very impressed. Very impressed that you can do it. But moving on, for the rest of the roster, we've got the dual Goku Frieza, we've got the physical Frieza, Blue Kaioken, as I mentioned, LR Ultra Instinct. The only other option for LR Ultra Instinct is the Int version. I don't recommend you bring that guy because all he does is he stacks attack. He doesn't stack defense. And I can't stress it enough. If you don't have defense on the final round, I don't think you're going to win. Ultra Instinct Goku, when he transforms, is really good because he dodges at 70% capacity and he still continues to raise attack. But when you get to the final stage, when you can't even dodge, the defense comes into play. And what's great about the LR Ultra Instinct is over the stretch of the entire run, you will dodge enough times where he will gain and maximize the stats that he could get from dodging. So his stacking is different because every time you dodge, you gain 7% attack and 7% defense. So this can happen up to 7 times. I think it's 11 times, excuse me. You gain 11% attack and defense. So that happens 7 times. In the span of this entire event, which usually takes about 20 turns, you will definitely dodge 7 times. You will dodge 7 of his attacks. So you will maximize your Ultra Instinct Goku stats well before you reach the final stage. And then you're actually able to sustain decent damage up against the Tech Super Saiyan 4 full power in the final stage without any items. And you're going to see this on my run. I'm actually able to hold my own. There are a couple turns where I don't have any protection from items at all because I just had to rely on the base power of my units. Ultra Instinct came through for me. Ultra Instinct is definitely very, very important. So if you don't have this unit, the only other option that would be remotely competitive would be the physical TUR Ultra Instinct free to play. We don't have that. So you're just not working with a lot, folks. I strongly suggest that if you guys don't have the units to do this, don't try this too many times. It's only going to frustrate you. You will eventually have the units to do this. You will have the means to do this. You don't even need to summon. Like, all you're missing are just a couple of the free-to-plays, and you should be fine. One in particular, like I mentioned, Physical Ultra Instinct. Because if you have one rotation with Physical Ultra Instinct, and then your other rotation is the Physical Frieza, both defensive anchors, both consistently good, you're all set. The rest of the run is just going to involve RNG, and you got to protect certain units. You got to, shift your attacks around those units to just ensure that they take up most of the damage. Dude, this right here, oh my god, this gave me so much anxiety. 457,000 damage I just took from Blue Kaioken. That dude, defensively, no, not happening. But offense, you see that he had like 1.4 million. He's really good. So now we're at the final phase of the Uzaru stage. And thankfully, because of that Dokkan attack, we were able to shave off a ton of health to keep this run as short as possible. I think one of the most important strategies that I used for this was that by the time I got to this stage, I knew that I was going to reach a Dokkan attack. So what I did was I had my Dokkan attack ready so that I could launch it against this guy with maximum damage because number one, the more damage you deal, the more you heal. And number two, you can minimize the amount of time that you spend here, because even if your Frieza and theoretically your future Ultra Instinct TUR free-to-play Goku are stacking their defense on like really, really well, you're still at massive risk for getting killed, because those super attacks from this guy are lethal. As you saw, my Blue Kaioken took 500,000 damage basically, and I almost died. The only reason why I won, the 177% effect from my dual leader skill. I have 560,000 health. If I didn't have those dual leaders, I probably would have been dead. Because with dual Blue Kaioken Goku leads, 457,000 is basically death. So you want to go into this round really, really aggressive. You want to use your massively stacked Blue Kaioken for the Dokkan attack, or perhaps the LR Ultra Instinct for the Dokkan attack, and get out of there as quickly as possible. Now we're in the second to last phase, the penultimate phase, the Int Super Saiyan 4 Goku. This was also stressful because I'm now rocking 3 tech units. So let me finish out the rest of the team. You got Ultra Instinct, Blue Kaioken, Dual Goku Frieza, Physical Frieza, and we got Android 18. Android 18 was my final choice. And the reason why... Oh, and Blue Dudes. Blue Dudes was obvious because he massively... Or not massively, he greatly raises his attack and defense. He can do it multiple times, so he's really good to somewhat protect himself, and he's a good offensive unit for this round. I know some people have said 17, some people might have suggested Royal Blue Vegeta or Fit Buu. I chose 18 because her orb changing abilities and her nuking actually can be very useful. So like right here in this situation, I'm trying to decide if I want to use the nuking properties of my Android 18 on the first turn, or if I want to move her to the end to rotate her out. The problem is, rotating her out, she's going to have to take like 5 attacks. I don't know if Android 18 can take that. Even with an item, I don't think Android 18 can take all those attacks if one of them is a super. Android 18 gains 12% attack and 7% defense per orb picked up. So combining that with her super attack, which gives her 30% defense, makes her really reliable defensively. Especially if you pick up a bunch of transformed tech orbs that will heal you, it will help push the Dokkan gauge. But ultimately, I decided to move her to the end because she just does not belong here. I need to get out of this round really, really fast. 3 tech units is not safe on this. So I combined her defensive prowess with Aider in the hopes that that defense boost that I get from her super attack will basically serve as damage reduction for any incoming damage. And for the most part, it worked. I got lucky. So like I said, there has to be a level of luck involved, because if you get supered on those tech units, even with your items, sure, you may survive them, but you're not going to survive the next round. You need a couple items for the final phase if you want to have any hopes of doing this. And that whole no item thing with dual Blue Kaioken leads, it's impossible. Not for global. Can't do it. If we had more units, maybe, but not right now. So, yeah. That's pretty much it. Luck, perseverance, max links, by the way. Everybody here, except for Android 18, is at max links. And a couple tries, you'll get it done. But you gotta be a whale. Everybody here's rainbowed. Everybody here's max links. And this is my favorite category. So don't be too down in the dumps if you can't beat this, because this is my favorite category, so I had to. If this wasn't my favorite category, honestly, and I didn't have 1 or 2 of these units, I'd probably just wait, because there's just no way. Like, who else are you gonna bring on this team? Your only other option is physical Android 17. I can't think of anybody else. You can't bring Int Golden Frieza. Int Golden Frieza, while it seems like he would make sense, he lowers our attack by 15%. Most of your allies are super units. And Golden Frieza's stupid ability is where he lowers the enemy and the allies' attack by 15% if they're super class. He's not going to nerf Super Saiyan 4 Goku, because after round 2, you don't nerf their attack. You just don't. So you'd only be doing a disservice to your own team. You'd make your attacks less potent. You would also inhibit the maximum carnage that you can do with this guy, the Blue Kaioken. So it's just overall a very bad idea to bring him. So yeah, you just don't have too many options. So as far as team builds, well, I'll show you the team builds that I could think of as far as alternatives, but you're not going to like it because there's a lot of overlap and there's pretty much no other way to do this. I mean, unless you guys have any ideas, you can let me know in the comments what other teams you put together, but the only ones that I could think of was the one that I used. And then, of course, running the Blue Kaioken as the lead, taking out the LR Goku Frieza. Everybody else stays the same, and instead of substituting the 18 for the 17, you just bring both. So 17 and 18. 17 is good because 17, after, when you're under 77% HP or something like that, you gain 40% damage reduction, but that's just for him. He doesn't have a high defense total to begin with, So that with the 40% damage reduction, it's cool, but you know, it could be better. I feel like Android 18's defensive boosts make her a better tank than 17. Either way you swing it, you're still gonna need items. They're both gonna need items for protection, especially during the STR Great Ape phase. I don't want to have 3 physical units during the STR phase. No matter how good they are, 3 physical units means 3 targets for Great Ape to destroy, and I'm not ready for that. I'm just not. It's scary enough to have 3 tech units here. I can't be dealing with that kind of stuff on the stage where they can kill you in one hit. Because even here, if you got hit, you could still survive in certain respects. So now Int is done. The final phase is tech. I have, I think, 2 items left, and we're looking really good because my Ultra Instinct is fully maxed out. My Blue Kaioken is not fully maxed out, but he is progressing very nicely, 1.3 million. And I'm actually able to hold my own with just regular stats with my Ultra Instinct at this point. So you're going to see that he is actually able to be reliable on this final round. I'm trying to think, did I actually use an item here? So yeah, 2 million, look at that. 2 million for Blue Kaioken, 1 million for Ultra Instinct, 200,000 defense for Ultra Instinct. That's pretty good. Oh, you know what? I did use an item here. Yeah, because I don't have enough orbs to pick up to make the nuking properties of Android 18 potent enough, because I'm only picking up 3 orbs. So her defense is not going to be that high. I had to waste an item. I know it seems bad, but I just had to, because if the worst should happen and I were to get supered at the end, I could not forgive myself if I died a 3rd time at this final stage. That would have killed me. So I had to use that. The good thing about Aider is that even after you use the item, it still provides protection on the next turn. So you can combine that with your Princess Snake, or you can just rely on that enhanced boost for 2 turns, which I think we do that here. Actually, no, I don't know. I think I do use Princess Snake next turn. So yeah, 2 turns, I just burn up all my items. But look at that. 12 damage with 50% defense boost from Aider. That's pretty good. That's pretty good from Blue Kaioken. And we took double digits, so this was a huge relief for me. Now I have 2 or 3 turns where I don't have to deal with Android 18 at all. And now I'm thinking, okay, I've got about 40% health left. What am I going to do? Am I going to use the active skill for the blue dudes where I lower my defense by 50%? Or am I just going to have them stay as they are?
I won't back down now.
Kakarot is right. I'll knock you out and win this. Here we come!
Why did I do this? I did this because I'm going to be getting a guaranteed Ultra Super. I'm enhancing my attack by I think 70%. And lowering the defense, while it does suck, I can actually use that because I'm going to be combining this with another item. And that's the decision that I made. This is my only chance to use that active skill because normally I wouldn't want to. So if I combined that with the current defense boost as well as damage reduction from Princess Snake, I can actually use that active skill without much penalty to my health. But the trade-off is that I have to put the Goku Frieza at the end where he's taking like 6 or 7 attacks. But again, because I've got double items in place, I figured I can get away with it. So this was a lucky break for me to think about this maneuver, because normally I wouldn't have done it. So we got 2 super attacks in here, which means blue dudes greatly raise attack and defense twice, so they're safe. That's why they're 34. But then this dude started dodging everything, man. He dodged 2 attacks back to back, and that made me nervous because I knew that the light at the end of the tunnel was going to be the Spirit Bomb from the Blue Kaioken. I knew that that was the end game. I just didn't know if it was going to happen now because I have so much protection. Am I actually going to take enough damage where I can use it? Because you have to be below 59%. We just took 60 damage from a super attack from Super Saiyan 4. And now, Goku Frieza. Goku Frieza, with no danger of getting hit with a super, does its thing. It's not what I really need. But we took 40, 60, 70. So now I'm really nervous. You would think this is a good thing, but this is actually a bad thing for me because now I'm nervous. I've got no items left, and I have to basically survive 2 full turns until this Blue Kaioken can come back and use the Spirit Bomb, which I don't know if I'm going to be able to do. So I'm looking at these last turns with some anxiety, thinking, all right, you know what? I guess this is all up to chance now. And you know what's funny? I stopped caring. I stopped caring because it was getting late, and I thought, you know what? If I lose, what's the worst that could happen? I lose for the 4th time. Big surprise. Global has the inferior version when it comes to this category at this point. So whatever, let's just do it. And then I noticed that Ultra Instinct is doing really well, handling himself defensively, no protection whatsoever. Blue Kaioken, then Supers, and I'm like, oh, you know what? These guys are putting in work. 2.5 mil, okay. 3 bars left, maybe there's a chance. Oh, 45k, okay, I think we're gonna die here. 45, 47, 46. There's no way we're gonna win, right? There's no way. Goku Frieza is gonna do a good chunk of damage, but he can't protect himself, so I'm gonna be at like 30,000 health, and then next turn my blue dudes will probably get me killed. So this is the end. Well, it was a good run. 70, 70. Look at that. I have 40% health left. No items. 1 shot. What do? You gotta put Frieza on the first slot. And that sucks. Because all of those tech orbs could have been really nice for the Android 18. Could have been a nice heal for me. So then I start thinking, alright, let me weigh my options here. What am I gonna do? Am I gonna put Android 18 really in the front? But then I'm risking getting supered. I don't think I can handle it. Nah, it's gotta be Frieza. And that was the right call. Because Frieza, I think at this point has like 500,000 defense. So then I'm trying to decide what I want to do for the rest of the turn. I'm going to bring blue dudes with their Ultra Super, so they're going to do a good chunk of damage. And I can only give 3 orbs to 18, so once again I'm in that situation where 18's not nuking at all. So she just gained 21% defense from 3 orbs picked up, and then she's only going to gain 30% more defense from her super attack. She's not going to be doing much damage, or she's going to be taking a lot of damage. But thankfully, Goku attacked early and attacked Frieza. And I was thinking to myself, at this point, I was just thinking, man, I almost put that stupid Android 18 in the first slot. What would have happened? I would have taken like 1,000,000 damage. But we ended up eating 160k, so I'm thinking, okay, you know what? There is a really, really small chance that I can actually survive this round. So this super attack goes through. I do less than 1,000,000. And then I do a couple additionals. I'm praying for another super attack, and we get it! So now, blue dudes will fully protect themselves because they've greatly raised attack and defense twice. So they're not going to get killed from these slaps. Because we know now there's not going to be any supers coming up, right? So we're taking double digits. So now I'm really happy because I've got 100,000 health left. All I need is for Android 18 to not get me killed. So I'm praying for an additional. But then I see I took 37,000. And that's all she wrote. Folks, this is where it ends. This is where it ends. The conditions are met. The stage is set. 1.7 million attack set for my blue Kaioken.
Lend me your energy! Kaioken!
11 million crit! And that's how it's done. We finally achieved it. And that's... and I took a picture. That is how I beat Universe 7 Legendary Goku event. It's not easy. Global players, it's not easy. But if you can beat it, that is a badge of honor that you can hold over all of your JP buddies. That you didn't have to resort to the same name update. You didn't have to resort to all of the 6-year LRs. You didn't have to resort to all of those join forces and free-to-play units. No, you beat it in spite of not having any of those things. Global players, if you can do this, do it. If you can't, there's no shame in waiting. But just always remember that Global had the more insurmountable odds when tackling this event. Guys, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like down below and let me know in the comments your thoughts on my run, your thoughts on the category. What was your team that you tried? What team do you think people should be running? Do you think Android 18 is the right move? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, be sure to subscribe for more dope content in the future and click the notification bell so that you let YouTube know you want to see more of my stuff. Do it! Thanks again, stay tuned, and always remember to Dokkan responsibly.